I know, but don't you get big slabs of meat that you have to like break it down?
Welcome in, everybody. It's the Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining. I am Greg. I am being joined by the sexiest meat cutter in the entire Midwest, and that's Flex. What's up, big meat cuts?
Spilling the beans, man.
Well, you know, it's a big day. It's a big day. You're going to be playing with meats.
I'm going to be a professional meat beater.
That's
like,
yeah, up until now, you've just been an amateur.
Yeah.
He's going pro, everybody.
I'm getting paid for that shit.
Yeah, he's going pro. And already disgusted by our jokes, actually not really, should probably try and outdo us, is the almost sick one from the East Coast, Beergirl Mel. What's cracking?
Oh, just some Aspire beer and my laptop that did not want to agree with me, so we're calling it the Mel tonight.
Fumble Mel.
Yeah, I almost didn't make it, and then, I fumbled the ball. But I didn't fumble it. I'm the one that caught it. Like the opposite team,
It was like a pick six, Mel. Because you caught the fumble. Never mind.
Yeah,
Welcome in, everybody.
Reminder, this is not a sports show.
Right. Find us all on the socials, at Craft Beer Republic, at FlexBeer_, in between, and at Beergirl_Mel. Not Melissa, and I have to remember that.
Do you need me to change my name back? Would that be helpful for you?
No, because as soon as you change it back, I'll get the new one right.
Yeah, we're all going to be confused again.
Yeah, so no matter what, I'm fucked, you're fucked. There's no point. Just leave it. Speaking of being fucked, I ran this...
Do tell, Greg. Do tell.
Hold on, let me loop this up for a second. I found this podcast, AI grading app, where you upload an episode and it grades the episode based on length and audio quality and all these things. And overall, it got a pretty good score, but it did knock us down for swearing.
Oh.
And it shows you every instance that it picked up. And it's just this list of fuck, shit, fuck, piss, fuck, shit.
Yeah, and it has the timestamps of it, right? That's awesome.
It was pretty funny. And now
I say it's going to grade you down now.
Yeah. Now that I just hit it 30 times, I want to regrade this episode and see what comes up. It was pretty funny. So
I like that.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, let's kick things off with some hydration. Mel's got a beer that we can't see, but I want to hear about it. She sent me a selfie. She's looking cute and has lots of foam in her beer. So let's find out what's going on over there.
That was my fault, though.
Sure it was. All right, what foamy ass beer are you drinking?
So today I have, P.S., new brewery alert in the Hudson Valley. Well, they've been open since June. Aspire Brewing. Come check us out in Middletown. Tonight I am drinking Ambition. It's a double dry hopped hazy IPA, coming in at 6.8%, but it's sneaky, so I don't believe that ABV, even though it's tested, tried, and true. And Ambition, a strong desire to achieve something. Satisfy your desire for bold citrus and tropical fruit hop flavors and a delightfully smooth mouthfeel. Malts include Golden Promise and Pilsner, and the hops are Citra and Mosaic. This beer pours absolutely stunning, just the way you would expect it for an hazy IPA. It's got a nice golden color. Let's give it a little sniff. Really?
Yes, I can attest to the color. It is hazy also.
Yeah, it is hazy, but it's like a nice hazy. You get a lot of that Citra hops on the nose, and the taste.
I'm assuming you're taking a sip.
I'm taking a sip.
Don't
I sip loud? You can't hear that? I feel like I'm the loudest person alive. It's really, really nice and juicy on the front, but right around the middle of the sip, you kind of get that hop that sort of take over, and it finishes like a West Coast, actually. It's got that nice West Coast hoppy No hop burn,
dryness.
but a nice hoppy like remnants on your tongue. I think that this beer is executed extremely well. This is the first time I've tried it, but I know it's been a huge hit since they've come out with it. I also want to just quickly talk about the can art, even though you guys can't see it. It's like
Looks amazing.
it's an astronaut with like, the reflection. I think it's the Earth in the reflection of like his mask, his shield.
It is now.
So his ambition has taken him out
Whatever
of
you
this
say.
world. The listeners can't see it anyway. That was my whole like reasoning behind
Yeah.
it. I'm like,
Flex and I are getting the full podcast experience. Since
Yeah,
we can't see
exactly.
you tonight.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tough.
now you see me, now you don't.
No, I've been hearing really good things about Aspire, Mel.
You know what? The beer's been amazing so far. Really consistent with the styles, true to the brewing style, each one that they do. We've got a stellar crew. So head brewer Rick, along with Mike, Nick, and Jackie, our female brewer, they're just consistently putting out bangers. I mean, and
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was going to say, and I know everything that the brewery has to offer because I know you and we talk pretty frequently. But
Right.
what are all of the amenities that they have here as well?
Oh my
Because
gosh.
it's actually pretty astounding. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't even sound like a brewery once you hear about everything they have.
It's like
Free
an adult.
massages.
Yeah, it's like an adult like funland pretty much. I don't even know the square footage. It's enormous. I think we see like 650 plus. It's crazy. They have a pour your own wall so you can get your card and swipe it and get small pours or large pours of whatever you choose. Full service dining along with QR code ordering as well. But then for the fun of it all, we've got axe throwing. We've got some game rooms. So if you want to do like Top Golf or like there's so many games you can choose. So you can do like soccer, golf, trivia. You could shoot zombies if you want to. It's a private room, so you can rent it out. You can hang out with your friends.
It's like a golf simulator screen.
Yeah,
type
yeah. Oh,
deal.
sorry. For those
Not-
of you
not
that
like
don't
a
know.
Top Golf.
Not Top Golf.
but-
Yeah, it's a golf simulator scene. Sorry.
Sure.
I guess that is different, right? Because that's a driving range. Yeah, this is just a screen. Giant Jenga, of course, because how do you not have that? Beautiful outdoor
The brewery
area.
must.
It's just, there's like little hanging chairs for like the Instagrammers that want to get the aesthetic pictures. It's really just all around
It's the
beautiful.
influencer section.
It's legit. Like picture Maltese egg chair, but hanging. And a bunch of them, and couches to lounge
bunch of
on.
them.
Yeah.
Everybody on the Beergram knows exactly what you're talking
know.
about.
And,
Of
and
course.
everything is shiny gold. Like
Yeah, like,
everything in the place is fucking made of gold.
right. Like, don't spill your beer because those tiles are probably very expensive. I have no idea, but I'm guessing. And then the bathrooms even are like a grammar's wonderland. Each bathroom is different. The tiles are different. They say different things. It's cool. Come check it out, Greg. Come to the Hudson Valley,
Sure.
Flex.
Yeah, it's not even like a real brewery. It's like a fucking wonderland.
But the
Fake
beer is
brewery?
just phenomenal. I mean, there's so many different styles too. I want to say there's like 16 right now. And constantly coming out with different ideas. Like if you are not a beer lover and you're a seltzer lover, I know, don't hate me, Greg, but not everybody
Hard
is.
pass.
But they do brew their own seltzers as well. And I think we just came out with a dragon fruit for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's got a beautiful pink color.
Oh, that's right. You
Yeah.
sent that color. That was awesome.
Yeah, they like are on board with, because they're also part of the beer like community as well. So they're like all about charity beers and giving back. They did brew for like Hawaii. I think it was at Maui Brewing Company.
Oh, yeah.
Maui. Yep.
Yep. So they got like the recipe and brewed like for charity. So definitely come check it out. That was long-winded. I'm sorry, but it's really cool. Okay.
All good. Sounds like a sweet place. You have to fly me out there to check it out.
I have a lot of JetBlue points. Does that help?
Yeah.
Come on down.
Can't wait. What is that beer called? Kukua, the relief beer from
Yes,
Maui
yep.
Brewing. There we go. Had to find it. I hate saying it. I feel like an idiot
I
whenever
know.
I say it because I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it.
Now you're great.
Yeah.
You do words so well.
Especially English words. Got them.
Like
Yeah.
apricot when it's clearly apricot.
It's clearly apricot.
No, you had it right the first time. It's apricot,
Bet AI would tell you it's really apricot.
not the right AI. If it's wrong, it's because it's artificial intelligence.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Duh.
Great at our podcast, fine, but it's wrong with that.
Picks up on all our swear words, but
Right.
couldn't get apricot right.
Earmuffs, everybody, earmuffs.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's like the one time my coworker told one of our clients about a previous podcast I did, which was way worse in the horribleness of the things we said.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, why did you tell him? He's like, oh, I thought he'd enjoy it. I was like, yeah, let's keep work life away from podcast life. And,
Right.
Let's keep these clients.
Stay away.
Yeah, that's a horrible idea. Well, speaking of the kukua, or close
Oh,
enough,
you got it. Yeah.
it's like an old thing now.
You don't sound like an asshole when you
Right.
say it.
I think
so
you're doing
I just
it.
got to go with the
Okay.
confidence and just pretend I know.
Exactly.
Speaking of that beer, over the weekend, Brittany over at Naughty Pine did another festival type thing to raise money for Maui, and it was the Love for the People Fest, and released her version of Kukua, which was actually really good. Enjoyed that. They had a bunch of what do you call it, like white reggae?
oh wait,
ska?
is that what?
Not ska.
No,
Like Kyle Smith.
isn't it like
and-
jam band or something? That's
No, that's different too.
really
It's-
because that's
it's
like
like
what
sort
Multi
of-
Maiden listens to. Also, she follows
Okay.
those like pigeons playing ping pong. Those
Yeah,
call
it's
them
like
jam band.
Stick Figure and
Yeah,
Kyle
yeah.
Smith and like Sublime-ish.
Right.
Kind of, I don't know what you call that.
I don't either. It's its own thing.
Yeah, it's his own. Anyway,
You know
so a
what you're
bunch of
talking
those
about.
type of artists, and
It's like stoner music.
that's kind of what I think of it as. It's pretty much stoner music, but whatever. People like what they like. Anyway, so she had that over the weekend. Released the beer. Went to that. Was able to make the very end of it because I was working, but good times, good beer. I hope they don't get mad that I tell this story. Coley and Big Dick Nick were already there, and they were very well hydrated. And they're like, oh, we're gonna call an Uber. I was like, hey, if you don't mind coming with me to pick up the dog first, like I'll take you home. No need for an Uber. So we did, and Nick, no surprise here, fell asleep on the ride home. But Nicole, it was starting to set in how much she had to drink that day. I guess they had brunched pretty hard before the event, and at one point she just passes out and wakes up. She's in the backseat of my car and just like wakes up. She's like, Nick, slow down.
Ooh.
And I was like, wait, what?
Ooh.
I-
and then passed back out, and then woke up like a few minutes. I haven't even told her this. This is how she's hearing it for the first time. Sorry,
And
Nicole.
She's behind on episodes.
Yeah,
so
I
she's
know.
not gonna know for a couple
Right.
weeks.
I'm gonna get a text in 3 weeks and be like, "Why did you?" Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then she woke up a few minutes later and said something and just mumbled. I couldn't understand. I was like, "Oh, we're dealing with some hydrated people here." So got into their house and they're like, "Hey, she always whenever one of us leaves or whatever is like, hey, text me when you get home." So she was coherent enough to say like, text me when you get home, and I did. I was like, hey, I'm home. Have a good night, whatever. And she goes, hey, I'm home too.
She didn't remember it. Oh,
I don't
Coley.
think she remembered.
Coley, you are my spirit animal, honey.
Oh, it's so good. So good. I was cracking up. I was
Go
like,
hard or go home.
yeah, man, fucking do it. She was telling me there's this new brunch place by their house, which is like all Mexican food and lots of bottomless mimosas.
That sounds
I was like, dude,
amazing. Bloody
Yeah, I was like,
Marias, perhaps? Instead of
I'm not a
Bloody
fan. I don't do the tomato juice or the miches.
I hate tomato juice, but I love
Yeah.
a good bloody.
I want like
Really?
one
Yeah,
Bloody
it's
Mary,
crazy.
and then I'm swapping it. But one is
for
good.
what?
It depends on how rowdy the day is going to be.
Mm.
Are we going to try to be classy? Because then I'll just stick with those mimosas that are like mostly orange juice. But if we're
Oh,
going
like
to
the
be
healthy mimosas.
oh, those.
yeah,
okay.
if we're going to be raunchy, then I'll probably just like switch it over to vodka.
Oh
yeah.
gosh. Oof.
Yeah.
Vodka
we
in the
went pretty.
morning.
We went pretty
Vodka soda.
gnarly in this arcade bar in Indianapolis once, and they were. This was probably about 4 years ago. Yeah, we went in there, and all the arcades were free to play.
Woo.
Like as long as you bought drinks,
Done and done.
it was the best. But they were running like this $6 Bloody Mary special.
Oh,
So we just kept ordering bloodies from like noon to 4.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
my
Special, the special cut off at 4. So then we were just like, well,
Dude, that thing ran out.
we've already been drinking all the vodka. We're like, might as well switch
Yeah.
to like vodka lemonade,
But then-
cranberry vodka. So we just drank those from like 4 to 8, and then we just started wandering the streets of downtown Indianapolis
oh my god!
while it had already snowed like a foot the night before, and then it
Oh,
started
man.
snowing again that night. It was It's a great time.
Nice.
Never forget.
Yeah, I can't do the Bloody Marys or the miches or. Oh,
So, what would your breakfast cocktail be? Is it like? Is it a beer?
I love a good mimosa.
Yeah.
Look, I've been known to have a beer at 9 a.m.
I
or
mean,
2.
right.
But like if we're going to brunch type thing, I'll do a mimosa. Love a good mimosa. I also love a good what do you call them? Irish coffees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
to
whiskey.
start. Oh, okay. That's
Yep.
usually like my end game. Like,
Oh
yeah.
Interesting. I would probably start with that. I don't think I could end with that.
yeah, a
Ugh.
little whiskey in the coffee with a little cream there.
Oof,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I love a good spiked coffee, like to
Yeah,
end
but
the meal.
I don't like. Yeah, it's so good. I
Yeah.
don't like the Baileys though. I just want coffee, cream, and whiskey. No
Ooh,
Bailey.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
I know, like a lot of times they put Bailey. It just gets a little too sweet for my liking.
Yeah, that's what makes it good.
I guess. Mel, you've
It
been
makes
to
it easy to drink.
yeah. Mel, you've been to San Francisco. Did you happen to go to the Buena Vista where they invented those?
So I was only in San Fran for about 3 hours.
That's long enough.
Yeah, so no, actually,
Okay.
I'm trying to think. We went to Holy Water. Where else did we go? What was the name of it? Come on, you know the name. Good Pizza.
I don't live there.
Yeah, it's like right down the road. Oh
Good
man,
Pizza?
Hoppy it would kill me if I didn't remember
Oh.
it. I'm not going to remember it right now, though. I can tell you that. But no, I was only in 2 places in San Fran. I
Okay.
definitely need to go back and like spend some time there for sure.
Yeah, the Buena Vista is cool. It's where they supposedly invented the Irish coffees, and they're not cheap, but they're good, and they do a good job. I did find this place down the street from there.
How can they claim that they invented?
I don't know.
Irish
I mean,
coffees?
they've been open since like 1850s.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I guess I don't know. A lot of Irish people came over for the gold rush. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But there is a place down there. I don't know if it's still open. I haven't been to this area of San Francisco since COVID.
Irish people came in for the gold.
Did
Fucking
they?
leprechauns come in. Girl, gotta get me a pot of gold.
Oh, no.
They were the gold detectors. Every time they saw a rainbow, they just ran towards the end. Is that racist
So
towards Irish people?
Stupid.
Oh
If
my
it's still open,
gosh.
though, go to the Gold Dust. They also have Irish coffees, but super cheap. Not quite as good, but super cheap. So have like one good one at the Buena Vista, and then you'll get hammered at the Gold Dust. That's the way to do it. Where were we? Beer podcast. That's right.
Yeah.
Tangenting.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm good at that.
Love me some breakfast booze, some Irish coffees. All right. So much more to get into. We got some booze news to talk about. Speaking of San Francisco, Sapporo is really getting rid of Anchor at this point. Good news for Budweiser. Some drinks we don't need to ever care about. More drunk teachers.
Ooh.
Teachers are fucking
The
getting hammered.
teachers are
man.
getting hammered.
They
I've been
are.
listening I listen weekly.
It's gotta be rough being a teacher nowadays.
Yeah, it's like they were getting drunk during lockdown when they were teaching from home
Right.
over Zoom and just never stopped.
Yeah, that's the same as the nurses.
Still
But we're
showing
not
up.
bringing it to work. We're not bringing it to work, though.
Her.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a nurse. You're not supposed to tell people you're drinking on the job.
Yeah. Now, those
I
are
would never be
secrets.
able to do that, honestly.
Yeah, me neither.
But-
Yeah, same.
But
Crazy.
are the teachers drinking heavily the night before, and then they're just so hungover that they're like like their
I
blood
have a feeling
alcohol
it
is
starts
still?
in the morning and then it continues on the way to work.
Yeah,
and
that's
then if
wild.
they haven't finished whatever is like in the mug on the way to work, they just finish in class in the morning. That's my assumption.
Yeah. And one of the ones we talked about a couple weeks ago, I mean, she was drinking red wine on the way to work.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
Fuck,
But
that 8 a.m. red wine is going hard.
I mean, yeah. I guess make it sangria, and then you can call it breakfasty.
It's got fruits. Healthy.
You're right.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I haven't had sangria in a long time. That'd be a good breakfasty drink.
Right? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
well,
It's been a
can
long,
see that.
long time.
The problem
Yeah.
with a good sangria is
Nothing?
you never want to stop
Oh.
drinking it.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're completely shittered off of wine. And then you wake up the next day and you're wondering why the fuck you did what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The real problem with a good sangria is when you throw it up and
Ooh.
it's everywhere and it looks
Never
like a
done
murder. Oh, it looks like a murder scene. So I've been told.
I've never thrown up wine actually.
Wine drunk.
Oh,
Am I
yeah,
going
me
to cry?
neither.
Am I going to be the life of the party? Am I going to murder someone? We just don't know. It's different
It's a
every
roll
single
the
time.
dice. Yeah. It's like Russian roulette Mel.
Not kidding.
Yeah. Get her a couple of bottles of red. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a night.
Or 13 bottles.
Oh
13.
gosh.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. Before we find out if Lex is drinking, top listening city of last week, shout out, getting local to me over here, Thousand Oaks, California.
Hey,
Holla, Shannon.
Thanks
You got
for-
the
Thanks for
episode on
joining.
repeat or what?
Probably. I just, loop it on my computer to get those stats. And no, Mel, it's definitely not Shannon. I can tell you for certain who's not listening to the podcast, and that is my wife. So
Does she at least listen when she emergency steps in?
I don't think so. I think she's even less likely to listen at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way. Should I call her over and ask her?
I love a good interaction with Shannon. Why not?
Yes. I do love me a good Shannon, but no, you don't have to
Me
waste your
too.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. She's doing whatever Shannons do. All right, let's ask that important question.
In a world where craft beer is king, a world where muscles are bigger than growlers, only one tongue can guide us. One man, one tongue, one tongue jobber. In this world, we must find out what is Flex drinking.
It's the cutest face.
What am I drinking? Sorry, I'm not gonna lie. I was really excited about this beer. I saw it in the wild last week, and I didn't purchase it. And I was afraid because the first time I got it 3 years ago when it originally released, it sold out rather quickly. And it did it. So I'm drinking Untitled Art's Cotton Candy IPA. And the reason I was excited for this is because when I got it back during peak COVID is when it first released. It was a collaboration between Untitled Art and Collective Arts, who I think they kind of coincide with each other. Collective Arts actually brews a lot of their beer in Waunakee. I believe that's where it is.
They're in Canada, right?
Waunakee, Wisconsin. Yeah, Collective Arts is, but they brew a lot of their stuff at like Untitled Arts facility just to...
I wonder if that helps with like not having to import it or something.
I'm sure, and it increases production and stuff like that. So this is a 6.3%, pretty on the low side for me, but I kind of need that right now. And it is brewed with Citra, Amarillo, Mosaic, Galaxy, Belma, and Sabro hops. And all of those together are supposed to create this cotton candy aroma and cotton candy flavor. And the first time I had it, it was amazing. And it was hazy. This is not hazy. And nowhere on the can does it say it's hazy.
Okay.
Untapped says it is a New England hazy. So that Untapped's a liar on this one. Sorry, Untapped. And there's only 4 check-ins
What a surprise.
on this 2023 version. So as we dig the old schnoz in there.
And I will say, it looks like on the original one you had a few years ago. You sent us the picture. I think it says hazy
so that
IPA
one
on it.
was a hazy.
Yeah.
Well, and I
was
think the
like-
can says hazy.
Okay, I don't know. It doesn't say it on the front because I did look at that, but it might say it on the side somewhere.
Yeah, it looks like I can see a Y and then an IPA coming off the side. So I think it's hazy.
Okay.
I guess it could have said juicy. Who knows?
This one
But
is,
that one's like a clear beer.
Yeah, this is not at all.
It's mostly clear. I would say if it was like a juicy.
It's like a
IPA color,
juicy.
if
Yeah,
anything.
right. Definitely not a hazy. It's not as cloudy
Almost
as the
West
other one.
Coasty looking.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
It does have
like unfiltered.
yeah, it does have some nice lacing on it though, so we can't, leave that
Not all bad.
unknown to the audience. But when we stick the schnoz in there, it is insane how much it smells like cotton candy.
Mm.
Like it actually baffles me how this concoction could actually be this. So then we warm up the old tongue jobber.
Oh, best part.
But that was your nose. Okay, there we go. Wrong body part.
Mel's a nurse. She knows.
Okay, so this is super light on the carbonation. The cotton candy flavor is there, but it is faint and it fades fast.
Hmm.
And then it almost finishes like a mildly bitter West Coast. So this is an interesting rendition. I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the original one 3 years ago. But like I said, this can nowhere on it says hazy New England anything. So I guess they did a great job with it.
Yeah.
If that's what they were going for.
Or they fucked up and renamed it juicy. Or just unhazy.
Or just IPA, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll drink them. This is amazing. It's like one of the few beers that I've had that I'm like, that kind of sucks. Sucks that I spent the money on it, but
oh no, sorry to hear that.
It's all right. Can't win them all, right?
I guess not. Did the price work out algorithm wise at least? Oh no, I can see it on his face.
I mean, the prices to you in California to me in Wisconsin are a little different.
I know you're like, hey, it was only $15 for a can, and I'm like,
yeah,
15. That's great,
right?
Like this 4-pack was $18.
Yeah,
but it's only like a 6%, 6.3% beer. So for me, that doesn't really
Yeah.
doesn't do it for me. And then the fact that it fell short of the original, it hurts a lot more after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if something fell off with their brewing this time around, and maybe that's why the color's off a little bit. I don't know.
Sort of
I don't
feels
know.
that way.
The crazy thing too, I haven't purchased anything from these guys in about a year and a half, 2 years maybe.
It's hard. There's so much good
been a
beer
while
out there now. It's like, you're always finding new things, and then like local breweries are just kind of taking over, I feel like, which is a great thing. But
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah.
I don't find myself really like browsing the shelves anymore the way I used to. I can tell you that.
Well, and the shelves got really bad, or at least around me. Like if you didn't go to a bottle shop, like if you went to like a Total Wine or a Bevmo, like shelves got real shitty, and they've started to make a comeback. I think they realized like people weren't down for it, but yeah, I don't really either.
I still hate going into a Total Wine.
Yeah, that's where I get all my champagne though.
We don't
Like if you're buying craft beer though, it's almost like you have to treat it like a rummage sale.
It's true.
It's like
Yeah.
true.
You have to pick up every single 4-pack, see if it has a canned on date,
Yeah.
and then
Pray for it to be this year.
you can also look at the price tags underneath on the shelf, and it'll have the date that the beer was like brought in on,
Okay.
and that's always kind of unsettling as well.
Mel, you'll appreciate this. I was reading a story the other day or a couple days ago, whatever, and it was the average price of beer in America has gone up at bars, and the price that it went up to was like $4.30 a pint. I was like,
For like
not
what,
here.
a PBR
No.
or a
Yeah,
Coors Light? Get out of here.
something like that.
We're looking at $8 to $10 a beer.
Oh, easy.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Like a domestic, you're talking?
I
Like
would say
you go to a
I
shit bar.
haven't bought a Bud Light or anything of that nature in a
Yeah,
very long
same.
time, but I would say probably they're like $6 or $7.
Yeah, I would imagine $6
Right?
or $7 for a Bud Light, Coors Light type thing
Like
for a shit domestic.
right.
I think the Legion Hall in town still does them for like $2.25.
So you
Oh,
guys are
no.
keeping that average down.
It's got to be like a football night. There's got to be some kind of promo going on at the place for it to be that. I don't even think it would be that cheap. You'd probably see it for like
No.
$5 and be like, score, we're going.
They'll take 20.
Right.
Yeah,
When
the
does
only
this end?
yeah,
order
the only
17
recent
more?
memory of buying domestics is either like at a baseball game or in Vegas or something like that. Like it's been so long, and those prices are so inflated. I have no idea what that would cost at an actual bar.
Oh my gosh. Just obscenity. It's
We
just
got
so
homework to do.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
you
kids,
guys gotta go drink some shitty beer, everybody.
my kids
Who's coming?
went to a Yankees game over the summer with their camp, and they were talking to Lou's uncle about what we sent them with money so they could buy something, and Franco's
Kids need
telling
beer, too.
Uncle Frobby about how he got his slushie and it was $22.
Holy
And he almost
shit.
fell
Jeez,
over.
for a
He was like, "For a
slushie?
slushie? What do you mean? $22? Get out of here!" And Franco thinks he did something wrong. I'm like, Uncle Frobby, I'm like, it's Yankee Stadium. It's like, it's what they pay. Like, it's what you pay now. You wanted the souvenir cup. What are you going to do? But that's it's
Oh, you didn't
legitimacy.
say the souvenir cup.
But that's
I mean,
the only
that changes
option.
things.
You don't have another option. You get a souvenir cup every time. There's no
see, I found at Dodger
sizes.
Stadium, you have to tell them. Like
No.
they'll preemptively give you souvenir cup and charge you $900 for it.
Yeah.
But if you go like, if you have to tell them like, hey, I want the slushy in the regular cup, and then it's only $300.
Those souvenir cups are such a rip too, because you get home and you put it on the top shelf in your cabinet,
Oh, yeah.
and then it just sits there for the next
Yeah.
30 years. Like, what the fuck do you actually do with a souvenir cup?
Nothing.
My wife just took the kids to see the Taylor Swift movie, blah, and they come home with this giant Taylor Swift themed popcorn bucket. What is going to happen with that Taylor Swift popcorn bucket?
You put the
What are
popcorn
you
in it
going
at
to
home.
do with
More
that?
popcorn.
Every
yeah.
time you make
Come on.
popcorn, it goes into the bucket.
Yeah. Come
Well,
on, Flex.
they do that with the Disney buckets already from Disney World.
Well,
Now
now they
they've
got
grown
lots of
up.
popcorn buckets.
Oh,
Yeah. Come on now.
Come
Knock
on.
it off.
Yeah.
Stop.
Flex, I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Boo.
I am so sick of Taylor
Boo
Swift.
on you.
I'm sorry to everybody out there. I'm sick of her.
I just don't
Sick.
care. Yeah.
Just
So-
Stay
annoying.
out
I
of
will say-
football. Get out of my Sunday. Leave.
Driving up your Jets tickets.
Hey, by the way, 13 and 1
It's not a
Eagles.
sports
You're welcome.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
How embarrassing for the
What a
Eagles.
wild weekend.
Yeah. Niners looked like shit.
Just crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of teams looked like shit that
Yeah.
don't normally look like shit.
The wife was flying home during the Niner game. She gets home and she's like, how'd the Niners do? I was like, not good. She goes, oh, they kill us? I was like, no, it was actually really close, but we lost to the Browns. That's all you need to know.
Right.
They might as
But
well
you-
have killed us.
You did see that through 5 games of the season, the Browns have given up the fewest offensive
Still
yards
the Browns.
since like in the last 50 years.
Yeah. Look,
Which is bizarre because
they have a
the
great,
Browns.
yeah, they have a great defense this year, but it's still the fucking Browns. It's embarrassing.
And
But-
it was PJ Walker too, but this
Yeah.
isn't a sports show.
But
No,
yeah,
sorry, guys.
Look, we lost Debo and McCaffrey. We got an excuse, all right?
We know.
Yeah. Anyways, not a sports show. All right, let's tackle a little bit of news. As I alluded to, Sapporo has placed the Anchor Brewing San Francisco real estate for sale for $40 million.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. It's a 2.17 acre property that includes 2 buildings and totals around 109,000 square feet. And as far as the brewing equipment and other stuff inside the buildings, an investment bank has also been retained to sell the brewery's assets.
Wow.
So not looking good for the union who's trying to buy.
Yeah, I was going
By
to say, I
Anchor.
wonder how was that going, and now it seems not so well.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to come up with 40 million plus asset money. So
Yikes.
good luck, guys.
I got the ass if they need it.
Oh, yeah, for days.
Just not the 40 mil.
No. According to Goldman Sachs, Anheuser-Busch executives said that Bud Light's market share is now stabilized after more than 6 months of conservative-led boycotts, and that they are focusing on the opportunity to build back brand equity and quickly.
Is that because Kid Rock started drinking them again? So-
Yeah, maybe. He was seen at that concert drinking Bud Lights, and everyone's like, all right, I guess we're cool again.
If Kid Rock's doing it, I can do it.
Yeah. So,
Alabama man.
so
No,
good.
it's actually because Bud Light is the official beer of the NFL, and everybody forgot
Yeah,
about
football season always brings out the
Yeah.
alcoholics.
Yeah, true that.
it. You've seen
And-
the commercials, though. There's Bud Light commercials all over the place. Are they not out by you? Just in New York?
Oh yeah, there's always Bud Light commercials
Right.
here.
So,
But-
They're everywhere.
But also, if you're at a game, which there hasn't been football since this all started. If you're at a game and
Yeah.
Bud Light is your only option, then you're
You're
going to buy
drinking
Bud
it.
Light.
yep.
Yeah, so I'm sure that is significantly helping Bud Light sales.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was telling Flex this the other day, but I post little clips of the show every week or every weekish to YouTube, and we posted one a few weeks back or a couple months back that was the story about AB InBev selling off all their like craft brands like
Yeah.
Chalk Top and all that stuff. And I never really go back and look, and I've started now because apparently we're getting comments on them. And like
Ooh.
this one was all the rednecks who were like, "You go woke, you go broke." And I just wanted to reply to everybody, be like, "You're the idiots who bought beer then dumped it out." So
Yeah.
I'm not listening to you.
Yeah, what a fucking waste.
Yeah, what a waste of
Idiots.
money. And that was the other thing. I was like, clearly they didn't hear the full show where I talked about how dumb they were for dumping out beer they've already paid for. So
Yep.
good job, everybody. Good job.
Alabama man.
I want to be just like Alabama man.
Shut up, bitch.
So good. So horrible.
Uh.
Molson Coors is speaking of shit beer. Molson Coors is launching Happy Thursday, a spiked refresher that is billed as bubble free.
What?
So they're dropping a flat spiked seltzer.
So
Yeah.
it's spiked water?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's no bubbles. That's fucking weird.
I'm not here for that.
No.
Me neither. I like the carbonation, but I do know people that would probably go nuts
Why
over
Thursday?
that in a good
what,
way.
Like what?
Yeah, I need the
Because
carb.
Thursday is such a flat kind of day of the week. Like,
I
But
guess.
it's Thirsty Thursday already.
Yeah.
I
Who
guess.
needs Happy Thursday?
I
You
guess
got
so.
Happy Hour. You got Thirsty Thursday.
If I was going after a day of the week with
Monday.
happy, I think I think Tuesday for me. Tuesday's
That's
my
what
shit
I was
day.
thinking.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Be like, all right, let's turn this around.
Hell yeah. See, whoever's doing their marketing, they're stupid.
hey,
Yeah. Fuck them. They should hire. Actually, don't. Fine.
Yeah,
All
they
right.
just ruined my Thursday, though. I just want you to know that.
Yeah. Enjoy your flat weird alcohol. It's Thursday, everybody.
So bizarre.
Super bizarre.
You could chug that like so crazy fast, though. without the carbonation.
Oh,
Just
that
saying.
is true. Might be pretty easy to shotgun.
Maybe we'll do some homework.
Challenge accepted.
Would it shotgun without the carbonation? I don't know.
Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's
I
just
thought the
airflow.
carbonation. Oh, I thought the carbonation was what like shot it into your mouth. No, okay, never mind. Move on, Greg.
There's a sound
next,
clip I'm
next
pulling.
topic.
All right, before I finish my beer, I should probably talk about it. Let's make a call to the pen.
He calls to the bullpen for
beer.
All right, I am drinking from Brewery X, Tumble Time. It's their Ninja Turtle themed beer.
Hey, that's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You freak turtle lover.
I think this can art was designed by Mikey from the Taproom podcast that we had on the show. I think I think his brother designed
His
this.
brother did it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw it at the local joint, local bottle shop, and so I picked up a couple of cans, 100% because of the can art. West Coast IPA, 7%, has a 3.79 on Untapped, and I'm so happy to report absolutely zero description.
Oh, I like that.
That is the
You
best.
describe it for us.
I even went to the website, no description. On the schnoz, a lot of bit. I mean, this is West Coast through and through. You guys can see the color. It's
Yeah.
like a darker.
Oh yeah, you can
It's very clear.
Yeah.
see right through it.
On the schnoz, a lot of pine, super piney, a little floral. I mean, it's reminding me of those like old school Stone days
Oh.
as I let it caress my tongue jobber.
Like how many IBUs since
Tell
you're
me
comparing
more.
it to Stone?
I know it doesn't say it.
You make it up. Speak from your heart.
Yeah, it's a solid 62 IBUs, something like that. Lots of that pine dankness on the tongue, a hint of the floral, a hint of citrus, like an oranginess to it, but super super dank. Honestly, my first couple of sips, I wasn't really a huge fan of. It took me some getting used to. It's so bitter and so old school.
Ooh.
Okay.
And the more I drank, like the more I was like, all right, this is actually not so. At first, I was like, ugh, this is really going to hit me. Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
harsh. But as you get a few sips in, you start to get used to it. It's actually really well done. But if you're not into old school West Coast IPAs, like I wouldn't even consider it. It is old school. It is Westy. It is bitter. It's a doozy. Yeah. But most importantly, can art's awesome. So
Like, that is super wild can art.
yeah, I'll have to post them. I bought 2 cans so I could have one on the show and take a picture of the other.
Yeah.
You're such an influencer.
Right? Everybody's got to see this cans. Great cans. Great cans, everybody.
I'm here for it.
As we alluded to, more teachers being arrested for being drunk. Sutter County deputies arrested 2nd grade teacher for being under the influence while teaching. Sutter County, California. And this came to us from the Real Beer Bastard. He likes to send me shit about California because I give him shit about
Because he's
Florida.
from Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. And Florida is just a never-ending treasure trove of just insanity. So the once a month that he can send me a California story, he
You could
fucking
probably
jumps
stay
on
up
it.
for like 17 days straight just reading Florida stories.
Most Floridians stay up for 17 days straight because they're all on meth. So that tracks. Sorry, I had to.
Wow.
Don't hold back.
Hi, Vanessa.
Oh, hi, Vanessa.
Hmm.
Oh, dear.
She's going to love it.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So the 2nd grade teacher, let's get this.
Yes. Around 8:19 a.m., Sutter County deputies were dispatched to Nuestro Elementary School in Live Oak in reference to a reporting party who believed a school staff member was under the influence of alcohol and or drugs. When deputies arrived, they made contact with Wendy Munson, 57, of Yuba City, actively teaching students in her 2nd grade classroom. After further investigation, deputies said it was determined that Wendy displayed signs and symptoms of being under the influence. She was ultimately arrested for a potential DUI after viewing video footage of Wendy driving to school and a failed sobriety test. Wendy was also charged with potential child endangerment due to actively teaching her 2nd grade class while intoxicated. Deputies said it was later determined that her blood alcohol content was 2 times over the legal limit, nearly 2 hours after first making contact with her.
Yeesh.
So if they got there, they got the call at 8:19. So let's say they got there at 8:30. That means at 10:30 a.m., it was still 2 times over the limit.
Ouch.
A lot of booze.
That's a lot of booze.
A lot of booze early in the morning.
Are
I wish
these-
they would have said what she was drinking.
Are the kids picking up on this? Like, is one of
I don't
the
know.
students like, Miss Miss Tyson isn't looking so right. Let's give a call to the...
Miss Wendy smells like my dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know who originally picked up on it. I hope it wasn't.
I mean, but these kids are being exposed.
I liked how it said
crazy.
that she seemed like she was under the influence of alcohol and or drugs.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, because it wasn't like
Who's
that
making that
stumbling drunk. She was just a little slurry, you know? Could have been
Maybe
either or. Maybe she smoked
licking
a
the
doobie.
wall.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Like, I feel like that'd be pretty easy for a second grader to pick up on.
Yeah.
Hey, Mrs. Johnson, our teacher's licking the wall. Can you come in here, please?
Real big fan of Willy Wonka. What can I say? Or Super Trooper. Whenever I think of snozberries, tastes like snozberries.
I do go to Super
Yeah.
Troopers first, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's so good. Yeah. Freaking out, man. You are freaking out, man. A man wakes up to a drunk driver in his living room. This comes from Gainesville, Florida.
Get your hand grenades ready.
Yeah, your gators and your grenades. Lawrence Mead, his last name is alcohol, was sleeping around 4 a.m. in his home when he heard a loud screech followed by a bang. That's when he left his bedroom to find Shakira. Oh,
Whoa.
her hips don't lie. Shakira Warmack, 28, trying to start her car in the middle of his living room.
Come on.
Mead asked the woman who was stuck in the car blocked by debris from the house to stop starting her car in his house.
Oh my gosh.
He says he's lucky that his cats were unharmed. Of course he has cats, multiple. Despite the front wall that was struck being where they usually slept.
He said, zero emission zone.
Like, it's fine. It's a Tesla. He says according to Mead, accidents like this happen often in the area and are usually the fault of inebriated college-age people. I knew exactly what was happening, he said. It happens 3 or 4 times a year, so it's always that thing that you're waiting to hear because it's usually about that time in the morning. Screech, bang, screech, bang. But the bang wasn't coming quick enough, you know? You know what I mean? I just heard all of the stuff getting closer and closer.
Oh my God. Like she was going to run him over while he was laying in his bed. Like just run through his house completely.
Coming in hot. Property damage in total was $20,000. She was arrested, charged with DUI. And he is on the road to rebuilding and has already cleaned out most of the debris from his home.
How drunk do you have to be, do you think, to actually drive into somebody's house?
I don't know.
Ridiculously drunk. Like
stupid drunk,
yeah,
right? Like
I couldn't even tell you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like probably 60% alcohol, which would be a
Right?
0.6 blood alcohol level. I'm going to go with that.
She's a medical professional. I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah.
She's right, I'm sure.
Right. I mean, you'd probably be dead at that point.
No.
Most likely.
You wouldn't be. You'd be surprised what people like what their blood alcohol will actually be.
Well, Mel,
and they're still
color
functioning.
me surprised.
Yeah. All right. Maybe a 0.4, but even still, like that's crazy.
What are we talking hospitalization, like alcohol wise? When do you start needing some medical attention?
When do you start needing some medical attention?
Like 0.4, 0.5, where does it?
I don't know about the blood alcohol level per se, but I would say if you have been consistently drinking a load of alcohol daily for years upon years and you decide you're going to stop, that's when you need medical attention.
I hear the come down is actually more dangerous than heroin.
It'll kill you.
Yeah,
it actually gives you arrhythmias, like cardiac arrhythmias.
It's the coming.
Yes.
So that's really the only withdrawal that you need to be hospitalized for, like acutely hospitalized.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
DT,
Thanks, Dr. Drew.
delirium tremens. Anyway.
Is that why they named the beer that?
The more you know. Yes, they have. And it's a great beer, by the way, with pink elephants on. Yeah. With pink elephants on the outside.
All right. Now I've learned something. Did not know that was the name of that.
Yeah.
Our minds are just getting blown.
Yeah, something is. Hey. All right. Well, that's it over here. Mel, thanks for hanging out with us this week.
Thanks for having me. Sorry that I don't have a camera to give you a little smile on the way out.
Well, we've gotten some selfies, and we're glad to see you as little as we did, but we'll get. I mean, as
we're
little.
Not glad.
That sounded like I was glad to not see you. What I meant was I'm glad we got at least a little peek at Mel. as opposed to no peak. That's what I meant, even with your very bubbly beer.
Hey, let's do this again next week, shall we?
Hey, you free next week?
I think I might be.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Well, hot damn, let's hit some music and look forward to next week then. Follow us on the socials at Craft Beer Republic, at FlexMeBeer _ in between, and at Beergirl _ Mel. I think I got it that time. 805-53-BEER 2337 and mail at craftbeerrepublic.com. I think that's everything. Hope everyone out there is staying very well hydrated.
And on
Hi,
that note,
Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa.
you missed that.
Did you miss the one 10 minutes ago?
You missed it.
But
when
you
we
got
were
to end
doing
it
the
that
Florida
way.
thing.
Ugh, I'm rusty. You don't have me on enough.
All
Fix
right.
that for next week.
We'll work on it for next week.
And on that note,
Good night, everybody.